Video conferencing app Zoom beat TikTok to become the most downloaded non game app globally in the month of April. Zoom, the video conferencing app, registered almost 131 million new install, which is almost 60 times growth from the same month year on year. That means last year. And this is a report by Sensor Tower. Zoom gained the highest number of installs of its app from India, which contributes almost 18% to its overall growth. We have with us Sameer Raje, who's the general manager and head of India's Zoom video communications. Hi, Sameer, how are you? How does it feel to be on your own platform, getting interviewed on your own platform?
Well, thank you very much, Business World team, and thank you for having me here.
Sameer is general manager and head of India, responsible for leading strategic initiatives, GTM. Sameer, you've got to explain me what that means. Operations, sales, implementation, support, and general management functions for India. For Zoom, Sameer, that's a lot of work, man. How do you manage?
Yes, it is a lot of work, but it's fun. Point number one, and when you sit back and when you're walking down the road with a T-shirt, with a Zoom logo on the T-shirt, and people say, "Hey, you work for Zoom? Thank you very much for making my life so great and helping me stay connected during these difficult times." When you get these kind of comments from unknown people, it's all smiles.
That's perfect. That's perfect. We have with us Siddharth and Jyotsna from the Business World team, my editorial colleagues. So, yeah,
Y'all have just acquired Keybase. Tell me about that, a little bit about that.
I think this acquisition calls for taking one step behind, I would like to say. And when we embarked on this journey of transforming our platform to all the new level, of making it more secure and more robust, one of the demands that we've seen coming in from our consumers is of end-to-end encryption. Now, Zoom has always been an encrypted platform. When you attend a meeting from a desktop, laptop, or when you're joining a meeting from a Zoom client per se, the meeting is encrypted, right? Your data is encrypted. But as soon as you bring in a different form of communication into it, since it's a unified communications platform, let's say, like example, you use a telephone, normal telephone to join the meeting, or you use some third-party video conferencing application or a third-party video conferencing device to come into the meeting. That's where the encryption is of or a different pattern, or may change the format. We've seen that there are some customers who choose privacy and security more than flexibility, and want to have an end-to-end encryption. So that's what this acquisition is all about. Keybase is or has been into secure messaging and file sharing application, and they have deep expertise in encryptions and security. They have been operational since 2014, and that's the idea. So this acquisition their expertise into our platform and make our platform more secure and bring in the end-to-end encryption feature into our platform.
So while we're on the topic, given that because of the lockdown, a number of businesses have moved online. And I mean, that was there even earlier, but now there seems to be a push and everybody is sort of there. Tell me what, according to you, will be the privacy and sort of digital security landscape? What will it look like post-COVID for businesses and individuals?
With so many millions of people thronging to the virtual platform, there are going to be security concerns. Obviously, that also brings in a lot of bad actors during this time who suddenly see that, okay, there are so many users now on the virtual platform. What can we do about it, right? So obviously, there is a lot of focus on the security and privacy, and the life after COVID, I think, is not going to change. The way we do business is going to change entirely compared to what it was before. Be a little bit hesitant in going in those crowded places or working from offices unless and until very necessary. At least it's going to remain so, and the adaptation of these kind of virtual platforms is going to continue for a long period of time. And this will bring in more and more concerns on security, privacy, and rest of the features of any virtual platform per se.
Initially, Zoom was being targeted by everybody about for having some security issues from channeling the data through China. Right. Now, China has a tendency of impinging on users' data. So how are you tackling this?
First and foremost, there is a lot of misinformation, if I may say, out there. So, to give you a clarity, we have around 17 centers across the world, of which two are in India. Okay, one is in Mumbai and another is Hyderabad. 8 customers, the first data center that they go to is either Mumbai or Hyderabad. Same case is for any user for any other country. Now the only thing that happened is, when we were ramping up, when we were scaling up, we did some mistakes. And that mistake was when our servers in China are always geo-fenced. What it means is that the HTTPS traffic, or the traffic from across different servers of the world, is not supposed to go to China anyways, right? So the servers in China cater to traffic only related to China. That's how it works. But when we scaled up, there was a temporary lapse on us where we allowed only a minuscule of servers which were allowed to carry HTTPS traffic for a very small period of time. It happened, yes, it was a mistake, and we fixed it in less than 24 hours. But again, when we fixed it, one needs to understand that the duration when it was left open, right? It would have been a very bleak possibility to China data centers, because the nature of our architecture is such that whenever anybody clicks on the Zoom link, it goes to the nearest data. That's the first choice. And if it doesn't, if that data center for some reason is busy or there's no response, then it goes to the next one, which is the nearest one. So if it is not Mumbai, it might be Hyderabad. If not Hyderabad, then it will go to the US, right? So that's how it works. So China would be probably last in the list, and it is last in the list, even if it had to, and hardly any data went there. But again, we have now put in more practices around that. We have put in more best practices, and the China servers have been, they're completely cordoned, and those whatever users are there, they are more towards the multinationals who are based in China and want to use our service. We went one step ahead, and we brought in a feature called data routing feature. Now this is an industry first feature we launched, where you can actually select the data center or the geography where you want your data to be routed to. So if you feel that you want to keep a particular country out of the purview, you can do that. And if you want, you can actually deselect all the servers across and keep only India. Well, we don't recommend that, because in that case, if there is any problem in any of the servers, then you may not have the service availability, right? So you need multiple servers up and running. So you have the choice of selecting or deselecting any particular data server. So we went up to that extent.
So while we are at the privacy and security topic, could you tell us about Zoom bombing and how you're handling this? This is actually a consumer's problem as well, where they don't set up the password. So could you tell us about this?
I would say it's meeting bombing. Right? It's very similar to, all of us, you, me, are used to sitting in a corporate office, and many of us use the conference rooms, right? And how many times were you sitting in a conference room and somebody's just barged in and said that, hey, is this room vacant? Or, oh, sorry, wrong meeting. That happens. But when that happens, we know the person, right? He's somebody, a colleague from the same locality or same office and under the same this thing. Now, what happens is, if you don't want somebody to pop in, you need to lock the room. And if you look at Zoom as a platform, it has been an enterprise-grade platform. And most of the times when enterprise users use it, there is certain decorum around it. There is certain way of using the platform. And there is IT to back you up, and they are there to set certain parameters for you. But when these new set of users started coming in our platform, they were using it completely for a different way, right? And they were not used to all these security parameters. Probably somebody was, maybe a senior aged person was using such a platform for the first time in their life, right? So obviously this started happening. Bad actors started taking advantage of it. On our part, it was a mistake that we didn't enforce the password setting and by default for them, so which we have corrected. And we've also elevated certain already existing features of our platform, like the security, like locking off the rooms, like disabling or not showing the meeting ID up front. So we have hidden all that. We have brought in certain other additional features, like we've introduced a security tab, right in front. So if anything has to happen, you can click on the security tab, and the moment you do that, you can lock the room and you can check the participant out. You can do all that stuff. Second thing, what we've done is, especially in the cases where K-12 schools are using our platform, we have enforced certain rules. For example, we have enforced that they cannot set a meeting without a password. They cannot set a meeting without enabling the waiting room feature. They have to lock the meeting room. So all these features they have been mandated on, and we are coaching and guiding the administrators of these schools to use these platforms. That we have taken upon ourselves. We are proactively reaching them out. We are mailing them. We are sharing some best practices with them. We are sharing recorded versions on do's and don'ts and so on and so forth. So all these features we are proactively coaching and guiding them, and as we go ahead we will try to bring in more features.
60 times growth year on year is something which you don't take for granted. It's something very rarely such a development happens. Now, I remember having a conversation with my mother day before yesterday when she wanted to install Zoom app and wanted to attend some conferences in Canada. And this has never happened with me personally. Like my mother asking me a like video conferencing app where she can network with people overseas. Now, where does India fit in your spectrum of things? Firstly, in terms of business expansion. Secondly, in terms of adaptability, because India is slow when it comes to adaptation of technology. But when we get there, we get there, especially from a tier 2, tier 3 perspective. What is Zoom's strategy and how are you planning to enhance your penetration in India?
So that's a great question, I think, and that was the prime reason when we set up our offices in India. We wanted to be absolutely sure that we have the right team, right people, and the platform is geared to handle the kind of traffic that we are expecting. So that was the first part. We set up a team which could cater to the Indian customer per se, which is who are more, I would say, need a personal touch, ensuring that our platform can cater to that volume, can cater to the requirement. And third thing, the product itself. Now, if you look at Zoom, why do you think it is so viral? It's simple, because when you click on it, you really don't need to know technical aspects. Oh, you need to do this and learn that. You just click on it, you are in a meeting. And the beauty of the product is that even in the fluctuating bandwidth, which is standard across our country, this Zoom optimizes itself and is able to perform very well, even up to 40-45% packet loss, right? So that gives you an immersive experience, and users are absolutely sure that when they click on the link, it works. So that's the thought process. And with that, when we started off our operation in September 2019, obviously we were ramping up, but we wanted to ensure that we ramp up slowly and gradually and ensure that we take the right steps. But obviously COVID-19 changed the entire thing. And today, I mean, while we are a small team, our teams are overworked. They're catering to the incoming traffic, and the beauty is everybody today knows what Zoom is. We don't really have to tell them. It's become viral by itself. It's spreading by word of mouth, and that's what our strength is.
So, with a number of platforms that are coming up now in terms of competition to you, how do you plan to stay ahead?
Our core culture is of delivering happiness to the customers, to the employees. When we deliver happiness, that doesn't just come in by saying that, oh, we deliver happiness. It comes by listening to our customers. We sit down our customers, hear them out, what they really want. Are there any challenges they are facing? What do they want? What do they expect from our products in the 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years down the line? And those are the kind of discussions which help us going ahead. And we will continue to do that. Our focus has never been in terms of, okay, what our competitors are doing and should we bring in virtual backgrounds or should we bring in that? In fact, while we are leading, we are hearing our customers and we are bringing in products, and we have a lot of followers. When somebody say that, we are trying to build a platform very similar to Zoom, it's a matter of pride for us because somebody is trying to copy us, right? So we will continue to focus on what our customers want. We'll continue to deliver what they want. And I think that is enough to keep us ahead in the lead. Whoever comes in, I think best wishes to them.
Although I appreciate the answer, but answer to what Jyotsna, but that looks more like a pep talk, because every company says the same. We listen to our customers, we deliver happiness. In the end, we want our customers to be happy. But if I ask about tangible aspects of your answer, does it mean you are focusing on a special strategy to engage your customers? Will there be special, incentives for people to stay on Zoom and not switch to other platforms? I mean, can you be a little more tangible with that answer, please?
I think the greatest incentive that we offer to a customer is, the ease of use. When you look at our platform today, it just works, as I said. Today, I get a call from senior most people in terms of, thank you for letting us work from home. It works. People are using hotspot, and I'm telling you, I'm right now on a mobile hotspot. Can you imagine that? And I'm having a seamless video conference with 4 or 5 of you, right? So that's the ability. If I don't think customers need more incentive than that. What they need is a product which works, a product which is secure, which is scalable, which is features, and the company hears them, listens to them, and gives them what they want. I think if we stick to that, that's the success mantra. Beyond that, I don't think any company or any customer needs or ask for any incentives beyond that. That's a basic, simple thing.